Good day, class. Welcome to English subject with Teacher Chai. For today, we're going to identify the various text types according to structure, purpose, and language features. Authors or writers write different texts because they want to tell you something. How they write the text affect how we understand it. They follow a certain structure, purpose, and language features to deliver their message effectively. The aim of this lesson is for you to be able to effectively identify various text types according to structure, purpose, and language features, such as problem and solution, description, and procedural or sequence. You must remember, class, that noting significant details of various text types means remembering important details in the text. So it includes answers to questions such as who, what, where, when, how, or why. So now, let us first define what is the meaning of text type. So when we say the word text type, it refers to the classification and definition of the way a text is written, such as its structure, purpose, and language features. So these are the examples of different text types. So we have here the text type A. Candy always loses her wallet. Even if it only has coins in it, she still feels bad. Mother thought of ways to stop this. One day, Mother decided to tie the wallet in Candy's pocket using a red ribbon. It looks funny, but it sure worked. So now let us ask these questions. Who has a problem? What was her problem? And last is, how was it solved? Okay, now let's proceed to another text type, which is the text type B. The big and green watermelon seems inviting. When we open it up, the sweet smell spreads and its fresh juice flows. The bright red flesh with the black seeds on it even made it more delicious looking. When I took a bite, it was the most refreshing feeling ever. So now, let us ask these questions. What specific topic is being described in the text? How was it described in the text? Were you able to imagine how the watermelon looked like? Why or why not? Okay, good job, class. Okay, now let's move on to the last text example of text type, which is about hot dogs. Hot dogs for breakfast is the easiest thing to cook. First, remove the plastic covering the hot dogs and make short slices. Next, heat oil in a pan. Then in a low fire, cook the hot dogs till bright red. Finally, serve and enjoy. Now, let us ask these questions. What does the text teach you? X1. What steps should you follow? And the last one, were the directions clear? What words help you know the correct steps to do? Great job, class. Okay, so I know that right now you are thinking. Okay, so let us now proceed to our lesson for today. So what are the three text types that differ according to structure, purpose, and language features? Okay. So the first one is what we call as problem and solution text type. So some texts are presented in a structure that discuss problem and solution. So these are called as problem and solution texts. So problem and solution, it is the one that shows a difficult situation, which is the problem, and it shows how to solve it, which is the solution. So the example earlier about Candy, Candy always loses her wallet. So were your answers like this? Number 1, Candy has a problem. Number 2, she always loses her wallet. Number 3, Mother decided to tie the wallet in Candy's pocket using a red ribbon. Was it difficult to answer questions 2 and 3? If yes, it means that you were not able to fully understand the purpose of the text. If no, then you know how and why the text is written that way. So in this paragraph, the problem is that Candy always loses her wallet. So the solution, her mother tied it in her pocket with a ribbon. So I hope you are still with me, class. Okay, so now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, the next one is what we call as descriptive text type. So some texts give specific characteristics or features like size, shape, location, and uproar. So details are provided to help the reader visualize, imagine, or form a picture in the mind about the topic. So descriptive text is written to describe an object, person, place, event, or idea. It also the one that gives details to help the reader imagine the topic. So in this paragraph, the big and green watermelon seems inviting. So were your answers like this? Number 1, watermelon. Number 2, big, green, sweet smell, fresh juice, bright red flesh, black seeds, delicious looking, and refreshing. And number 3, yes, because of the description or descriptive words used. Was it difficult to answer questions 1 and 2? If yes, it means that you were not able to fully understand the purpose of the text. If no, then you know how and why the text is written that way. Okay, in this paragraph, the descriptive words big, green, sweet, smell, fresh juice, fruit, a bright red flesh, black seeds, delicious looking, and refreshing were used for you to imagine how the watermelon looks like. Thus, an example of descriptive text type. Now, let's proceed to the last one. The last one is what we call as procedural or sequence text type. So another text type tells the procedure, directions, or steps on how to do something. Examples. Number 1, recipe, steps in cooking. Number 2, steps in solving word problems. Number 3, dance steps. Number 4, creating crafts. Number 5, going to places. So it makes use of the signal words first, next, then finally. So this text type, once again, is called as procedural or sequence text type. So here is how it is usually written. So we have here introduction, which is the brief overview of what is to be taught. Next one is the body, which is the steps, procedure, and direction on how to do something. And the last one is the conclusion, which is the brief summary, encouragement for the reader to try. So here in the example, okay, about or the paragraph about hot dogs for breakfast is the easiest thing to cook. So were your answers like this? Number one, how to cook hot dogs. Number two, first, remove the plastic covering the hot dogs and make short slices. Next, heat oil in a pan, then in a low fire, cook the hot dogs till bright red. Finally, serve and enjoy. And last one, yes. First, next, then finally. Now, my question is, was it difficult for you to answer questions 1 and 2? Nak? If yes, it means that you were not able to fully understand that type of text presented. If no, then you know what type of information and how it was presented. Good job! So, in this paragraph, you were taught how to cook hot dogs for breakfast by following this 4-step direction. Signal words first, next, then, and finally, give clues which should come first, and so on. So again, class, what are the 3 text types that differ according to structure, purpose, and language features? Can you please enumerate it, Nak? Okay, good job. Okay, so again, what are the 3 text types that differ according to structure, purpose, and language features? So the first one, once again, is the problem and solution, which is the one that shows a difficult situation and how to solve it. Next one, we have descriptive text type, which is the one that gives details to help the reader imagine the topic. And the last but not the least is the procedural or sequence text type, wherein it is the one that teaches steps on how to do something. So I hope that you learned something for today, class. Okay, see you in our synchronous class. Goodbye. That's all for today.